amazing, huh? And when he flaps like that, that little serration actually combs the air and renders him completely silent. And that's why people sometimes are afraid of them, because they kind of like a hook, because they appear out of nowhere in the dark, but they're actually just quiet, aren't they? Yes.
It was actually Shannon who started it all. Russ has carried this emergency $100 bill in his wallet for years. It was the day we visited Shannon that he lost it. In early 2009, my husband Russ and I visited the African Bird of Prey Sanctuary, close to where my parents lived in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa. This sanctuary cares for falcons, hawks, kites, eagles, owls, and vultures who are largely victims of injuries, poisoning, or illegal possession. A select few of those that cannot be returned to the wild become ambassador birds. It was on that typical sunny African afternoon that we were somehow changed during Shannon Hoffman's flight show. Was it the owl that I felt more than saw fly over my head? The kite dancing in the breeze above us? The speed of the falcon swooping to grab the lure? Or maybe it was the stories Shannon told about these birds that touched my heart? I'm not sure. I just know that Russ felt it too, because on the way out he dropped the emergency $100 he'd carried in his wallet for years into the donation box. On our long flight home back to the U.S., I kept thinking of Shannon and the birds of prey, whose numbers were dwindling, and how most of us didn't have a clue it was happening. I wanted to help, but didn't know how. Like most of you, we didn't have an extra $20, $10, or even $5,000 lying around to give away. Several months later, knowing my struggles, our son sent us the URL to a website that links people in need to people who care via the internet. The light went on. Russ and I agreed that he'd continue supporting us while I stepped into the unfamiliar territory to develop a nonprofit to help people saving wildlife in Africa. In April 2010, Nikela was born. And you better believe it, helping Shannon's birds was and still is high on our list.
Oh, and she just decided that she'd come back into the hacking clover and squeal until someone fed her. How awesome is her catching? It's pretty good, eh? I think she should join our cricket team.